Hello, listeners. This is MJ Durkin, and we are here at the Powerful Stories from Evergreen podcast, an exceptional place to work and live. We are really glad that you are here. This episode may be the greatest episode in podcasting history that you have ever listened to. It certainly will be incredibly interesting to anybody that is within 100 miles of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Let me say Oshkosh correctly for once. It's my most favorite word to say next to Kalamazoo. I like to say Kalamazoo. I spoke in Kalamazoo one time years ago, but we have Teresa Brockman here. You know her. She is the VP of Marketing for the Evergreen Retirement Community. What's up, Teresa?
Hi, good to see you.
You living it up? Yeah, you're seeing me, hearing me. I'm ubiquitous.
Yes, you are.
I'm ubiquitous. I'm like air molecules. I'm everywhere. So how you doing today? You're living it up today?
We are living it up. It's going well.
Nice. I am happy to hear that. So we've got a really cool episode for you today, and we're going to be talking about a pocket neighborhood. Now I've heard of a hot pocket.
Not quite.
Matter of fact, I haven't had a hot pocket in a while. If I remember, they were pretty good. And let's see, we've got overall pockets, we've got jacket pockets, we've got pants pockets. But now we're gonna introduce our listeners to a pocket neighborhood, and specifically to the Linden Oaks pocket neighborhood. So tell us a little bit about Linden Oaks and explain to us what a pocket neighborhood is.
Sure. Well, now that everyone has such a beautiful visual of what a pocket is, hot pocket, coat pocket, whatever that is, they're small, contained little units, right? So that's kind of what a pocket neighborhood is. We have 11 acres on the west side of Oshkosh, where we've created 3 pockets of homes. In total, there's going to be 40. But each pocket is a small home, completely independent of each other. So nobody's sharing walls. It's not like a townhome or a condo. It's a ranch style home. The idea is to build these tight little pockets with a sense of community. You know, people like to live and gather with like people, right? So in serving seniors, this is a 55 plus pocket neighborhood where people can come and gather and build community and friendships in a little bit more of a unique neighborhood setting.
Okay. So, explain to us a little bit about, because when I think of a neighborhood, right, like the neighborhood I grew up in, had the houses were on the outside of the road, the sidewalks went in front of the homes, right? If we were going to have a block party, right, we had it in the street, in front of some of the homes. Tell us how the pocket neighborhood is different.
Exactly. It flips that concept completely. So instead of walking around the front of the home on a sidewalk near a street, the sidewalks are in the back of the homes. So instead of being connected to driveways, you're connected to each other's patios. And in between all of that, we have landscaping and ponds with fountains. We're going to have some great trees and shrubs to really create this natural, warm place for friends and neighbors to meet and gather.
It sounds too cool to be true, right? Well, I'm thinking of that, what was that old phrase? You're too cool for school.
Yeah, I like it.
This sounds too cool for neighborhoods. Well, what I want to do here is because we're also, whenever we do the podcast, and those of you listening, we appreciate that so much. And by the way, let's in terms of promotion, if folks go to Linden Oaks, now that's LINDEN Oaks, as you would imagine, Oshkosh.com. So it's Linden Oaks, Oshkosh.com. Correct? Did I get that right?
Correct. You got it.
Okay. So that is that's where they can start to see some pictures of this amazing community. And I'm going to scroll back here. I think I'm at the beginning. And so for those of you that are lucky enough to watch the video, you can get a feel for what this looks like. So right here, we are. So can you see us looking at the aerial view right there, Teresa?
Gotcha. Yep.
Perfect, perfect. So let's see. All right. So that's where, so I see the sidewalks on the back sides, right? They still have driveways with garages. Is that what it looks like to me?
Absolutely. Each home has its own 2-car garage attached. And like I said, it's an independent ranch style home. So no walls are attached, which this aerial shot is a great example of that.
Yeah. And that's for, people that, years ago when I first started out, lived in a condo, and I loved everything about condo living, no maintenance, all of the great. But the one thing was the problem was the walls being connected to a neighbor that had a loft next to me, and he was a great guy, but man, could that dude snore. And
Right?
let me tell you, that was very disconcerting to hear Barry. It's been like 30 years. I can remember Barry snoring in the condo. So I definitely like this idea of the walls being separated. Let's show another version of this. This is a little further along in the plan, or is it just at a different time of year?
It's at a different time of year, and it's from the opposite side. So here you can really see the inside of that first pocket and how the porches and patios are connected via the sidewalks. It's great.
Yeah, so now I'm seeing, as I'm looking at this, I can see that all of the sidewalks come out the back, and everybody's kind of got a view of, it's like if you walk the sidewalk, you walked in the back of all of those homes and all of your neighbors.
Exactly.
This is so cool. That's why I love doing these podcasts. So this gives us an interior look of one of the units.
Yeah. Yep. They're open concept. So the kitchen and living room are kind of one large space. We have the high cathedral ceilings. They are small homes. They're 1,150 square feet. So that cathedral ceiling really makes a difference in making it feel larger and much lighter. So all the homes have that to really give people that sense of warm, cozy, but still bright, light, and open.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. It is really, really phenomenal. And I'm seeing a very a countertop with a beautiful, very, very expansive kitchen, right? And then you can be cooking, you can be talking to people, you can be entertaining. It's a similar flow to what I have in our house in Connecticut, and we like it. Here is a bedroom.
Yep, this is the primary bedroom. Plenty of room for a king size bed, nightstand, dresser, nice spacious closet with an attached primary bathroom as well.
Good. And I imagine you made sure that all of the doorways could handle things like king size beds, which is something that a lot of older construction doesn't have when you get into like rentals and things like that. They weren't as cognizant of like.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Here's a beautiful shot of the bathroom. Wow, it looks fantastic. And let's see. And what
a nice
else?
big linen closet. So again, we have a small space in the home, but there's a lot of storage with the extra closets.
Fantastic. Oh, I see this closet here over to the left, huh?
Yep, exactly.
It's kind of huge. Perfect. Well, I love this. I love it so much. So, tell us a little bit about the specs and the rental prices. Remember that if you're listening, if you really want this podcast to come alive, if you have the ability to go to Linden Oaks, Oshkosh.com, you're going to be able to see what we're seeing right now. Tell us a little bit more about the specs and the rental price.
Sure, absolutely. So there are no basements in the homes. They're 1,150 square feet. Because there's no basements and we're slab on grade, everything is zero entry. So while it's not technically ADA compliant, it's very accessible to anyone who may have any kind of trouble with stairs or any kind of assistive devices, whether it be a cane or a walker. The homes are designed to make all of that really easy. There are 2 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms. You can see the kitchen with the open living space all connected with those cathedral ceilings. We also have a utility room, washer and dryer, appliances are all included. Again, that's all on the same floor, so you're not having to navigate stairs to get to your washer and dryer.
Wow.
Each home also has an attached 2-car garage. There's really no other rental option that I'm aware of that doesn't have you connected to your neighbors and has, such large spacious garages attached directly to the homes. So it's really unique in that sense, the homes themselves, as far as a rental option.
Wow. This is absolutely amazing. Are you able to talk about rental prices?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So $1,700 a month. It includes water, maintenance of all the mechanical systems. So like our maintenance crew will come in and change furnace filters for you. You don't have to worry about any of it. All of the appliances are included. So you're not going to have to go appliance shopping or try and bring something from your old home. They're all included. Everything on the exterior of the home is also maintained. So all of the lawn care, gardens, we take care of it for you. Snow removal in the winter, salting for ice, we take care of all that for you. We also include exterior window washing twice a year. We know in Wisconsin, we like to keep our windows clean to see that sun when it's out. So that's included. It also has access to a community clubhouse. So all 40 homes will have access to the clubhouse that has a fitness center. There's a family room with a gas fireplace. And then there's what we call the club room, which is a great gathering space for birthday parties, any kind of potluck event that you might want to have family and friends over to come visit, all free of charge.
I keep feeling like Oshkosh is calling me, like MJ, come to Oshkosh, come to Oshkosh. Yeah, Ken wants me to come out ice fishing.
He does.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
Man, this is so cool. So now if people are getting a chance to listen to this on the podcast, or they are able to see this amazing video, which we're going to have to make available, tell us, how can they come and see these units if they're anywhere near Oshkosh? What is the radius of people that might? Is it an hour away? Is it 2 hours away? Is it what?
It's so funny you say that. So when our first homes were occupied in November, we actually had a woman move in from California. So I am not setting a radius on this. She has children in the Oshkosh area and she wanted to be closer to them. So she moved across the country into Linden Oaks to be closer to family. So yeah, that was really cool. But anybody nearby.
So if the vibration of Oshkosh is drawing you because your kids are there, there's a church there, there's something about Oshkosh, you like the name, you threw a dart on a map. Wow, I landed on Oshkosh. You definitely want to first get to the website at lindenoaksoshkosh.com, and then maybe what's their next step in the next couple of weeks? What could they do?
Absolutely. So we have 2 options. You can always call me directly. My number is right on the website. And I'd be happy to set up a private showing. But we do have an opportunity coming up on March 15th. That's a Tuesday. We're going to have an open house where anyone can come between 3:30 and 5:30 in the afternoon. We'll have the clubhouse open as well as the model home. And then we'll have a couple people floating around to answer questions, to show you specific homes, to talk about what's included and finishes and all that good stuff that goes along with Linden Oaks.
Wow. So say that again. It's March 15th. Is that St. Patty's Day?
Is it? I don't know. I don't know.
It sounds like
we'll have to celebrate with some green beer if it is.
You can imagine Durkin is an Irish name, and that's ringing a bell to me. It's at least the Ides.
Cheers.
It's at least the Ides of March.
It is.
So it's March 15th. It's a Tuesday.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's what time did you say? Between 3:30 p.m. and
5:30 p.m.
and 5:30 p.m. And the public is welcome to come and to get a tour, see the clubhouse, and there'll be people there to answer questions. And so you don't have to be there because you want to buy, or you're proving that you're buying, or we know you've got a credit score or a retirement income.
None of that required.
None of that required. You can come and see this cool idea, this concept of a pocket neighborhood. Again, not to be confused with a hot pocket that's full of broccoli and cheese, uh, or a pocket in a billiards table. It is a pocket neighborhood. Holy smokes! Well, Teresa, the whole Evergreen community has got to be pretty excited about this project.
We are, absolutely. You know, we're so proud of our history and how far we've come in the last 50 years to serve older adults in the setting we have on our Evergreen campus. And Linden Oaks just gives us an opportunity to really extend that experience to an even larger population. So it's really cool to see it come to life. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, it's it's the molding of the clay, right? It's coming up with the idea, and we have a teacher that Bonnie and I follow, my wife Bonnie and I follow, and the teacher says, everybody thinks it's the end, the sculpture that's finished, that everybody wants to see the finished sculpture. But you know what? There's a lot of creativity, and the real fun is in the molding of the clay, to get there. So you've all been working on this molding for a while.
We have. The joy truly is in the journey.
Yeah, nice. Well, yeah, we say that in America, but
We do.
we absolutely say the joy is in the journey, but most people seem to be very, very focused on the destination. And let's face it, if you want to live in Linden Oaks, you do want the destination to be finished and the creation to be whole, and to have your furnace filters being changed on a regular basis. So,
well, and how great, speaking of journeys, I mean, Wisconsin, we have a lot of snowbirds, and the opportunity to be able to just pick up and leave your home and know that everything is taken care of for you. That sense of tight-knit community I talked about for snowbirds who are looking to travel the country in the winter, or even just take an extended vacation. It feels so good to know that your home is taken care of.
Absolutely. So recommendations are first, with the magic of the World Wide Web. I don't know if you know that www means World Wide Web. I was on an interview a couple of years ago, and somebody told me that. I was like, well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. So you go to Linden Oaks, and it's LINDEN Oaks, OAKS. Oshkosh.com. You can see everything on the World Wide Web. And then on March 15th from 3:30 to 5:30, think about taking a little trip over to the is this the first pocket neighborhood in Oshkosh?
It's the first in Oshkosh, the first in our area. There's others throughout the country. We were not original to this idea, but we're the first to bring it to Oshkosh.
Awesome. So, and when you see when you get on the website, you can also find Teresa's number if you want to speak to Teresa about a private showing, if you're really excited and serious about this. Well, Evergreen just keeps surprising me with all of your cool stuff. We talked last week to Aaron Sanders, and we talked about all of the great training that you provide. Remember, let me say this to all of the listeners, both the community and to the staff and to the residents. Your referrals, your talking about Evergreen means everything to Evergreen. If you like the quality of the care, if you like the service, if you like the attitude of the people, if you enjoy the podcast. By the way, if you enjoy the podcast, can I make a recommendation? Please give us a 5-star rating. I noticed on Spotify today, there's a place where I can rate the podcast and I can hit 5 stars. Or if you're on Apple, you can hit 5 stars on the rating. If you can write us a review, holy smokes, that's even better, because it helps a lot of people to see the podcast. It'll show up more in more people's feeds when you write a review. So I know how to do it on Apple. I'm an Apple user, so I can do that. If you're on Spotify, please go ahead and write a review. And as always, your referral to a friend, a family member, if you know somebody that is looking for work, looking to pick up extra hours, they want to do a career change, they're in the twilight of their life and they're saying, hey, I want to be busier, I want to make a difference, I've got a heart for service, make sure that you're getting over to the Evergreen website and looking at that tab at the right-hand top, which says careers. click on that. Boy, there's just a whole bunch of different options there for you to serve and to help. And as you listen on the most recent podcast, Aaron talks about all the training that's available. Teresa Brockman, as usual, you're a delight.
Thank you, sir. Good to hear you.
Thanks for being here. Thanks everybody for listening to the Stories from Evergreen podcast. And we'll see you on the next episode where we talk about Evergreen, an exceptional place to work and live.